40 on the pila. What up? Voila, voila. Now we're doing it here. See? Charlie Enright, Pascal, and we are here on 11th hour racing, the good ship Mālama. We are 50 miles off the coast of Africa. What you just saw there was us. You can see that we're sailing in sunny skies, about 18 knots of wind, DMG running, which is, or at least trying to, which is sailing away from the wind toward Fernando de Noronha, which is the next mark in the Transat Jacques Vabre, which is the race that we're competing in now. It's a 6,000-mile race from Havre, France to Martinique in the Caribbean via Fernando. I'm not an Instagram live professional. I've only done 2 in the past, so why not do the 3rd off the coast of Africa via satellite communication, hopefully talking on you guys. And the tech is working the way it's supposed to, and what have you. But we are exactly 1 week into the TJV. We started last Sunday in La Havre. A lot has transpired since then on our new craft. We've actually never raced this boat before. So there's been a lot of new and different challenges, shall we say. We're still sailing around a little bit compromised, but we're working on that every day. As the weather improves, we're able to chip jobs off the list and, hopefully get back up to full strength here in the next day or two. As I'm sitting here talking to you, we are doing somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 25 knots, occasionally close to 30. Happy to report that the last sked, we were actually the fastest boat on the track, which is good. A lot of what we do out here is try to manage the weather, and the wind will be shifting to the left here shortly. It's actually in the process happening right now, and that should benefit our position relative to the leaders a little bit. What's that? 27 knots is just reported. But anyway, we are currently in 5th place. We'd like to be doing a little bit better, but given what we're dealing with, we just gotta keep it close, and hopefully we can feature later. We got some big decisions to make in the next 24 hours. I think the leader's track is pretty established. We can kind of either decide to keep it close and go their way, or the Robert Frost thing, 2,000 woods, kind of do our own thing and maybe try to get a little leverage and pass them that way versus waiting for some freshmen in the doldrums, which are upcoming. What else, Pascal? Should we tell these fine folks about our cockpit here, our office where we live? flip this thing around. This is what it looks like on board Mālama. This is our office. These are the windows. Out the back, you can see the spray coming over the top, and you can see the wake in the background there. Like I said before, we're doing, probably close to 30 miles an hour, something in kilometers for all you metric folks. But this is where we do the active sailing of the boat here in the cockpit, kind of like our lunar lander, if you will. What I'm pointing at now is the navigation station and a lot of our technology stack that we use to optimize the performance of the boat. Oops, sorry, getting a little rickety here. You can see I don't know if I can zoom in on this thing still, but going plenty fast in that one there. I think that's 28 knots. But yeah, you can see we got Pascal up here doing his thing on the pilot. He's got good viz there out that windward window. You can see a wave crashing in the background. Maybe this would be a good opportunity to flip to the radar camera on the mast and show you guys a picturesque West African sunset here. Pretty beautiful night. They haven't all been like this, certainly. Didn't look like this in the English Channel when we started. Didn't look like this in the Bay of Biscay. But as we've headed south, the weather has gotten dramatically better, which is cool. Pascal's still wearing a fleece because he just woke up from a little rest. He was in a sleeping bag. He's a little cold. I am in shorts and a t-shirt. So, back in the cockpit here, and maybe I can walk you guys through a couple questions that came in from some of the folks that are watching at home. Let's see. What are you doing? Alright, let's see here. We got a question from, says your mama bear, which I'm skeptical of because I don't think my mom has the technological means to send a question to the middle of the ocean. But the question is, how is your burned hand? So, the second night of the race, I was boiling some hot water to make some freeze-dried food because that's all we eat, basically on board. Actually, Pascal has some, high maintenance French stuff that you just boil and eat. It's heavy, but weight's just an excuse on board usually for if you want something or if you don't want it. But anyway, so I was boiling some water, and let's see if I can show you guys a picture here. Whoa, look at these mitts right here. I burnt the better part of my ring finger, which actually you'll see does not have a wedding band on it right now. I am married. Hi, honey. But yeah, I've been trying to look after it well because we got the tropics coming up, and actually in the last TJV, got a little bacterial infection in my foot. So been communicating with the doctors on a regular basis, been sending them pictures of the finger and putting some antiseptic, sulfuric, silver, I don't know. It's stream number 26 in the medical kit. Generally do what I'm told when it comes to the medical side of things. So it's a pain, definitely, but it's better than it was, that's for sure. So that was a good question from someone professing to be my mother. Let's see. Thompson, this is not a question, but just a note. Charlie, you have 3 starters on your fantasy roster that are on IR. You better sail fast and fix that. I think our buddy Ned is talking about our fantasy football league. Actually, I was the commissioner of, and I created in the year 2011. And I haven't participated in that league in a long time. So, news to Ned, your boy's been on auto draft for the better part of a decade. So, I hope we do well. I hope the Patriots do well. They play today. They play the Browns. I think we're looking to go to 6-4, which would be tremendous. Actually, sometimes these legs in these races get so long, I count them by football game. This will probably be an 18K race, but it'll be a 3 NFL Sunday race. So, cross your fingers. Geez, I gotta get better at this. This is like It's like Blair Witch Project with the camera here. We really got to get that stationary GoPro situation sorted. But anyway, on to the next question. This is Dear Charlie and Pascal. From your second boat, 11-1 Alakai, and if yes, in what way? They have differences and they have similarities. The section shapes are quite similar, but the profiles are very different. The foils on 11-1 are a little bit more curved in nature, and the ones on Mālama are a little bit straighter on the tip. And actually the ones on Mālama actually exit the boat a little bit more vertically, and the ones on Alakai exit the boat a little bit more horizontally, which creates different sensations, as you'd imagine, but also they're kind of optimized for different conditions. So that's a very good question. We're learning these foils every day that we're sailing out here. This boat is still new, and this is a huge experience for us on the performance side, just to gather data and to give feedback to the naval architects and our performance team and see how we can to the boat. We've seen some pretty, even in our compromised state, eye-popping numbers so far on this trip, so it's all very promising for a new boat. We just gotta keep chipping away. So let's see. Good question. Next one. Okay. Are the boats getting too powerful for the one design mast? That is a good question. Some components of the Evoca class, which is the type of boat we're sailing, are one design, and the mast is one of those components. And in a lot of ways, it's a limiting component because it can only handle a certain amount of riding moment, essentially. And basically, the boat with the foils can create riding moment in excess of the rig can handle. So it's really all about measurement and knowing where you are and how hard you can push. But there's always anomalies too. Things can go wrong. Unfortunately, our teammates were the recipients of that in the Bay of Biscay, and they just massed it. And it's a real bummer for those guys on the competitive side of things. But on the life side of things, just very happy that everybody's okay. It's a special boat for sure, but a boat's a boat, and bodies are bodies. So we're happy that these guys are safe and that there's a plan for getting things back to normal. So, let's see. Next question. Show us the cockpit. I think we saw the cockpit, but this boat was specifically designed to be sailed in a cruise configuration. So not about the new boat? Probably how fast it goes, but least favorite part is probably how violent some of the acceleration is. The foils are really big and they start to push, and the faster you go, the more exponentially hard they push. So when the boat hooks up, it hooks up really fast, and you gotta hold on. So I guess the violent nature of the boat period is probably what I like the least. But no one's got a gun to our head. We're here because it's a pretty radical thing, and we love what we do. But it's not always the most comfortable place to live, that's for sure. We're gonna give Pascal some airtime here once he fires through these last few questions. Where the names of the boats come from? Okay, that is a good question. The names of our boats come from our good friend Pascal, who is native Hawaiian, and we've chosen to name the boat two Hawaiian words, a nod to his heritage, and Mālama, the boat that we are sailing on now, it means to care for or protect. We care for or protect the oceans in the case of our team and the 11-hour racing project. Everything that we've seen out here, we're so lucky to be able to do what we do. Seeing the West African coastline this morning and Gran Canaria last night when we were sailing through the Canary Islands. 70% of this planet, and we gotta do our best to protect it. We only get one ocean, and what we're sailing on right now is pretty great. So it's in our best interest. And then Alakai means leadership. Hopefully that was just a wind settling. And here at the 11-hour racing team, we view ourselves as leaders in this ocean protection space. Fitting name. Pascal is not freaking out yet. We okay over there? He just gave me a shoulder shrug emoji. Emoji's on, so I think we're okay. Let's see. What is your favorite music that you're listening to on board the boat? Basically, I share Spotify with my wife, so whatever she puts on Spotify before I take off, I download, and that's me for the trip. But last off watch, I think I was listening to Summer Country Classic, so whatever would be on that. I kind of like all different things. Lastly, what are some unexpected challenges of the new boat? Well, I think everything is new and different, so all the systems, whether it's charging, the electrical, I can report today that we were charging the boat exclusively with solar panels for the first time, which is great because it limits the amount of fossil fuels that we have on board. But the mechanical sailing of the boat, all the systems. I mean, look at this kit. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. There's a lot going on there, and getting it exactly fine-tuned is a work in progress, and something that we're kind of sorting out over the course of this trip. But we got some broken stand-ins, we got broken leaves, my life jacket went off and exploded, and the man overboard beacon put blinking in the cockpit, and just our mattress is filled with foam. Got a hole in it. There's foam all over down below. I mean, we're doing all this stuff for the first time, not only in our racing environment, but some of this for the first time because we're so up against the clock. So, it's always something. The challenges are around every corner. But when we started building this boat, we didn't have the TJV in mind, so we got to remember that. And now, this boat is essentially a head race, which has been delayed a year. So hopefully, by the time the ultimate comes around, our systems are tight. So I think that exhausts our list of questions. I'm certainly sick of looking at myself here in this little phony camera thing. So let me turn it around. Hey Pascal, you got anything to tell the fine people here? You want to say anything? You want to talk about some navigation stuff? What do you want to do?
Okay, I was looking a little bit at ranking we have, the speed and the course we have compared to the boat, see what's going on. It's nice about the forecast. We have a little bit light conditions. So what is really important we are going to have very good sleep this night. This is really important because it was a bit hard at the start. So normally we are going to have this night and light condition on windward to go to the front.
I think what Pascal's referencing is the last, I guess the better part of 5 days, right? We've been driving a ton. So we've been doing a lot of maneuvers, which means not a lot of sleep. And last night that all came to a head. Sometimes you get pretty tired and not operating at full strength, and it can come back to bite you. So hopefully tonight we can get some Z's. I reported a couple days ago that things are starting to feel normal, but I guess normal's all relative. Hopefully we can get some sleep tonight, and it sounds like we're going to need our focus tomorrow in some lighter airs and some tricky conditions. So that's one repeater on the boat computer. He's just looking at the rankings. Actually, let's see the rankings. This is how we get them here in Adrena. Let's see. We were the fastest boat. Ooh, 20 knots. DMG to Fernando. Yeah, well, good news in the last hour, but if it was all good news, we'd be in first place, which we're not yet. So we're tipping. That's the goal. Every day a little more. So I guess I gotta turn this thing back on myself here. There we go. That's it for us today. Hope you enjoyed the show. If everything works, maybe we'll do it again. So you heard from us. Looking forward to some sleep tonight and some conditions that should be lessening, shall we say, over the course of the next 12 hours. Yeah, over and out. From the good goodbye.
Ciao guys and girls. Have a good night like us.
Bonsoiree.
Bonsoiree.